Free audio post-production. Buymeacoffee.com.
Welcome to the 331
podcast. At the beginning of the 20th century, Korea was an independent nation. But in 1910, it was annexed by Japan and ruled as a colony for 35 years. In 1919, Korean leaders proclaimed independence, sparking mass protests that were brutally suppressed. After Japan's surrender in World War II, Korea was divided at the 38th parallel, the Soviet Union occupying the north and the United States the south. That division led to war when North Korea invaded South Korea on June 25, 1950. A United Nations force, including Canada, fought to defend the South in a brutal conflict that claimed millions of lives. Fighting ended with an armistice in 1953, creating the demilitarized zone, but no peace treaty was ever signed. My guest today served aboard a Canadian destroyer patrolling the Korean Peninsula in 1955, helping maintain that fragile ceasefire. This is his story.
Welcome to another episode of the 331 podcast, where we talk with some of the most interesting people from the Lower Mainland and around the world. Please welcome Mr. Charles Thomas Westover. Mr. Westover, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much.
To give our listeners a bit of context on how we met, several months ago, I felt a strong desire to interview a Canadian war veteran from either the Second World War or the Korean War. I reached out to every legion I could find, including those in Greater Vancouver, Prince George, Kelowna, Kamloops, Calgary, Edmonton, and even Toronto. I did this because I believe preserving the recorded stories of our veterans is incredibly important. Sadly, many of our Second World War and Korean veterans have passed away. But just as I was parking my car one day, I received a single phone call back, and that call is what led to this conversation with Charles. So once again, Charles, thank you for allowing me to be here and for agreeing to share your story with us this morning.
My pleasure.
So, Charles, how old are you, sir?
89.
89 years old. Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, you don't look 89 years old.
I got my father's genes. He didn't look it either.
Your father's genes. And where did you grow up, sir?
During the Second World War, we lived in White Rock, and I grew up mostly in British Columbia, different towns. With my trade as a saw filer, I went to different sawmill towns and worked all across British Columbia, Alberta, Alaska, and except for my military service, which was extensive, 35 years in the military, I was a saw filer working in sawmills.
And you grew up in the White Rock area originally?
No, we just, after the war, we moved to a place called Laclahash.
Laclahash.
And that's where my dad come back from overseas, and he got a job up there building a sawmill at Laclahash.
And what was your dad doing overseas?
My dad was stationed in Scotland, and I just think he was, he was a sergeant. I think he was just training troops when they came over. That's about it.
Okay.
I'm not too
in
sure what he
Scotland,
did.
and then they would go on into
Right.
Europe and France. And
Right.
Oh, wow. Did he tell you any stories of his time over there?
No, he never ever mentioned overseas because I guess he was a womanizer. And when they got back, my mom and dad had my mother was no angel either. Well, that's another story.
Right.
Um,
And what was your childhood like? Was it a happy childhood? What was it like
yes.
growing up at that time?
Yeah, I have an older sister, and she primarily brought us up, all us 5 kids, because she was born when my dad was overseas, so he didn't particularly like that when he come back.
No.
No.
So
Otherwise,
describe it,
I had a good childhood and
yeah.
happy. Grew up mostly in Ocean Falls, a little coastal town up coast of BC, and I joined the militia up there, and that's where I started in the militia at 16. And went to military college after I got my grade 12 education in Beaumont, Vancouver Island. And then I was transferred to Kingston, Ontario, and then I went there and spent my time in Kingston and became an officer.
What made you choose the Navy? How did that happen?
My uncle, Bill Spry, was not really my uncle, but my parents told us he was my uncle. Was in the militia, not militia, the Coast Guard, and they stopped in at Ocean Falls all the time, and it inspired me to join the Navy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And what rank and ship did you serve on during your time in the
Well, I was
Korean
on the Fraser, the Skeena, and the last one was the Crescent. HMCS Crescent. Yeah,
Okay.
and I was a cook.
You were the cook.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you left Kingston, did you get deployed? I believe you told me the ship was called the New Glasgow
Yeah,
when you got
right.
sent down to Korea, and that
Yeah.
was your first deployment?
Let me see. After I left Kingston, I went back to Ocean Falls, and I spent 30 days leave, and then I went to military college. I think it was 55. We went to Korea
Okay.
through the Panama Canal over into
You traveled through the Panama Canal,
right.
and you were on your way to Korea. Do you
Right.
remember that journey
It's
and
a long
what
time ago.
your do you remember what your officers told you, what your sort of mission was? What did they tell you about what you were doing?
No, I can't remember. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. What was Canada's role in 1955, 56 when you were going down there?
Well, the United States was at war, and being with the United States so close, so I guess we just did what we were told to do. I wasn't an officer then, so
Right.
yeah, I was just a cook.
Okay. And your day-to-day duties were cooking for all the
Officers.
officers
Yeah, I was an
there?
officer's cook. Yeah,
Okay.
that's how I got in there.
Okay. And was peacekeeping and post-war service, is that what the mission was? Because
It was a peacekeeping mission.
yeah.
Yes.
So what did that look like day to day when you were down there?
What do you mean? What does it look like?
I mean, did you spend most of the time on the ship? Did you get deployed onto the land?
No, we're never on land. We're always aboard ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was life like day to day on the ship at that time?
Well, I'm trying to think of what it was like. Um, well, you get with a bunch of people and you get your tot every day. We were looking forward to that every day. Our
Your tot.
ounce of rum,
What is tot? What is that?
an ounce of rum.
Oh, it's an ounce of rum.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got our tot every day, and we could save it. So we always saved our tots for when we come ashore. Because you didn't drink. You can have one tot a day,
Right.
but you didn't want to drink and get drunk or anything like that. That's for sure.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
And did you feel like the war was truly over when you arrived in the Korean Peninsula there?
I think should be over. I don't know what I thought. You got to remember, I spent many years as a zombie, or my head. I forgot a lot of things. traumatic with losing my legs and everything from wearing military boots. And you couldn't change boots. They give you an issue pair of 9.5. So they give me a set of 9s that didn't have 9.5. So I had to squeeze into those, and I ended up, they told me I had gout, but I had gangrene. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, many years later, by the way. So I've only lost my legs for 3 years now.
3 years ago.
Yeah. Before I was in crutches,
Okay.
bad feet, but it worked into gangrene and they cut them off.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it started back,
This was
when
only 3
you-
years ago.
right.
We're talking
But the boots.
60
Yeah.
years or 70 years ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I stayed in the militia all the time. I was always in the military. I spent 35 years in the military.
and can you explain a little bit of the difference between the militia and the military? I'm kind of unfamiliar with that.
Militia is a backup to the regular forces. If they needed, they can pick the militia because they're already trained.
Okay. So is the
Yeah.
militia and the reserves
Yes.
the same? Just
Well, that's
different?
the same
It's
now,
the
right?
same. Okay. I
Okay.
wasn't clear of that. Okay.
Yeah. And I spent a lot of time in officers training in Kingston, Ontario, and Esquimalt. I went to the military college there to become an officer. I only had grade 9 education when I joined, so I had to get my GED to get grade 12 because I wanted to be an officer.
And we'll be right back after a short commercial break.
Wow, what are these?
The new sriracha flavored Doritos.
I love them. They're so good.
Not too spicy?
No, they're perfect.
Can I try one?
No, sorry, they're all gone.
What?
The new sriracha Doritos, they're so good. And back to the show.
What was inspiring you to become an officer?
Well, my uncle was an officer. Well, he wasn't an officer at the time. He was a staff sergeant, and I was in the Navy on the same ship as he was over in Korea. My mother's brother. Yeah.
You were on the same ship as he was?
Yes, he was.
At the same time?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Both in the kitchen.
Okay.
He was a petty officer for second class to start with, and he made chief petty officer. And I was just an ordinary seaman at the time.
So I have a restaurant background, and I know that the cooks, are a particular set of, rascals. Sometimes it gets a little rowdy in there. Do you have any stories from the time when you guys were cooking? And
Well, it was pretty hectic
yeah, I
at
bet,
meal
especially
times, yeah.
that size of,
But by the time mealtime comes, you can start to relax because
yeah,
they're out there serving, helping themselves, of course.
right.
Yep.
Did you ever get any time ashore? Did you see any of the destruction of the war when you were over there in Korea?
No. We fought our war from a ship 20 miles out at sea, and we didn't go in after. I don't know where we went, back to Hawaii, I guess. I'm not sure.
Okay. And can you explain that a little bit to me? Like you said, you fought your war. What exactly
Well, I wasn't.
was going on? Because from
wasn't
what
an-
I was understanding, it was like peacetime and there wasn't any attacks going on. But you're saying that there were. Can you explain that a little bit more?
I wasn't in the militia. I was in the Navy, so we didn't go ashore.
Right.
No,
But you were firing off.
shells into North Korea, right?
Okay. So you were still firing shells off into North Korea in 55 and 56?
According to my records, I've got them all here. They don't have that. These are my military records.
Yeah. Okay. Because, for me, like I'm 46, I like military history, and
Yeah.
from my, research, the the war was,
I can explain these as I go
sure.
along.
I mean,
Okay.
the war was like almost like as a stalemate in a way, right? They never signed a peace agreement. They had the demilitarized zone, and there wasn't any attacks going on anymore from the UN command
Mm,
and North Korea. But you were saying that you were sending bombs over. So
yeah.
do you remember why that was happening? Because it's unclear to me. Like I don't remember that report or the
Well,
history
you
there.
only take orders when
Yeah,
you're in the military, and
right.
we're taking orders. We were with the Americans. Eh?
Yeah.
This, anyways, on here. This is just my certificate of service with the Navy, and I signed on for 5 years. I was 5'2" when I joined. Ended up 6 foot, and then I went to Cornwallis, Naden, and then I went on to New Glasgow. That's what we're talking about here. 9th of February, 1955. I was on there till the 7th or 9th of September, 56. And that was during Korea.
Yeah.
And then I went on a Crescent after that.
And what was the Crescent?
Well,
Where were you deployed on that one?
it was a destroyer, but it wasn't a destroyer escort. It was a full-size destroyer. And I was on that until I got out.
And where were you deployed during that time?
Oh, coast.
Coast of
Yeah, Hawaii,
Hawaii.
regular stuff like that.
Okay.
I got my commission in 9th of February, 55, issued my lieutenant. Well, that's that one. Okay, what else we got here?
And were you ever sent over into like Vietnam at all? Like during
No,
that war?
no, I was in the reserves.
You're in the reserves
Yeah.
at that time.
Right. And I don't know what all these are about. Well, this is my course reports. I did really well. I got a lot of A's in my organization, officers' duties, officers' regulations, safety precautions, a lot of A's. That's a grade, A, B, C. Yeah.
So this is a report from your senior officer on how you were doing as a
Right.
lieutenant, or is
Right.
this your grades to become a lieutenant?
Yeah. I came out as a B.
Okay.
A, B, C, D, E, F, all that. Eh? Has met all performance objectives of the course training standard for the basic officer's qualification and has been awarded the CF 740 Certificate of Qualifications, which is that over there.
Right. I saw that, and it's got the red seal on it and everything.
That's just one of these papers you get. Naval Academy in Machosen. That's where I started. And then I went to Kingston Military Academy. This is how they graded me, my efficiency record. Very good and good. That's it.
To the point.
And I got
Right.
14 days in Choki, which is a military prison, for beating up my wife's boyfriend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So that
I come back from Hawaii one time and he was shacked up with my wife. I hope that's not in there. Anyways, I kicked the hell out of him.
So
Uh,
you walked in on
Yeah,
them?
yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then you just like saw red
Is this on there?
essentially.
Wow.
Did you want me
Okay.
to edit this out?
No.
Oh, okay.
And this is when I just got my lieutenant's 15th November 1954. Advanced, issued A grade lieutenant, become an officer. I had to do a lot of schooling because
Yeah,
I
I
only
was
had
gonna
grade
say you
9.
seem really proud of that.
I only had grade 9 in school.
Yeah. And then you went back, you said you got your GED.
Yeah,
Yeah.
GED.
And the military helped you get all that.
And this is just my supply branch history sheet.
Were you always a cook?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was a cook on the railway after the
Oh,
military,
okay.
but I was always in the militia. I stayed in militia for 30 years in the militia. Westminster Regiment, by the way.
A Westminster Regiment.
Yeah,
Nice.
right here.
Yeah.
And
Is
this is the crescent I was on, but I was only there for a year. Yeah, these are just my military stuff. I don't know why I've kept them, but
is there a story from your service that you don't often get to tell, but you'd like to share?
I'm trying to think of any incident. Yes, I regret very much joining the service. I don't like killing people. We were killing people we didn't even see. That bothers me today. You can't imagine. You just can't imagine how it feels. You're killing innocent people. People out in their farms farming. Oh, that bothers me. That's the only thing that bothered me. I shouldn't have been in the military.
I was shocked to kind of hear you say that because from my standpoint, I was like thinking that you're really proud, but then you're telling me now
Well,
that
we
you
weren't
wish.
killing the enemy. We were
Yeah.
killing civilians. We didn't know who we were killing, sending bombs over into Korea. We didn't know where our shells were landing.
Right.
Sure, they were supposed to be landing on a military base, but I'm sure we killed a lot of innocent people. And that bothered me, and it still bothers me.
Did you hear of anything at your time over there? What the bombs were doing, or
No,
what was going on that side?
no, we
You
didn't
just
go
knew what
ashore.
the destruction would be. You knew what it would look like.
We didn't go ashore to see what
Right.
destruction we did. We just took off back to Hawaii. We just did what we were told to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did it affect you afterwards? Can you explain a little bit of
At
that?
that time, it didn't affect me.
Okay.
We were taking orders.
Right.
I was in the military. Um,
Just
it's,
buckle
it's,
down, do it, move on to the next day.
but it bothers me to this day very much now. As you see out all the immigrants we have here in Canada, we're bringing in all these poor countries into Canada, teaching them to be better people.
Mhm.
And yeah, it bothered me. It still bothers me very bad now. I'm getting older.
Yeah. What's sort of been helping you, cope with all of these emotions that you're feeling?
I've done a lot of hospitalization and
Mhm.
with my legs. Um, I see the counselor downstairs, but I don't go into depth with them. You know, I'm sure they're not interested in my service time,
Mm.
but it bothers me. Of course, it'll bother me the rest of my life. All the people the innocent people. I'm not talking about
Soldiers.
the
Yeah.
soldiers. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the innocent people. We didn't know who we were killing. We were 20 miles out at sea. Wouldn't that bother you?
Yeah, it would bother me a lot
Yeah. How can
because
you cope with that? You can't. It's always there.
yeah. Yeah, you feel a lot of guilt towards what you done because you played a role in it,
Right.
and you're not really sure if it was justified or not.
That's true.
Um, we talk a little bit about what happened with the gangrene, and you said it sort of, like, things kinda got
Um, no, that's a very um
foggy.
it's not foggy. It's just
Mm,
can't remember.
okay.
I like I said, I was a zombie and I can't remember. My sister is my power of attorney. She's looked after me all these years. She comes every week. She changes my linen. She does everything for me. She's my. I thought I'd have her here today,
Hmm.
but I guess she didn't think it was necessary.
When you say that you were a zombie, is that because
No,
of
I
the
just don't remember.
PTSD, or is that because of
My traumatic with my legs. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and that happened 3 years ago that you had that removed, your
I
legs
think
removed?
2 or 3 years ago. I keep precise records, by the way. Everything I do is in one of these books. Everything I do daily is in these books. And I go through them quite often and asterisk things I want to talk about. Like Friday, Primo, I give him 3 more cartons of cigarettes today. Now he owes me $240. Down to wait for a reporter from the Legion magazine. That's who I thought you were with.
Okay.
So I made a mistake. I don't know. Who
So are
you,
you selling cigarettes to,
where
Primo?
is he now? I don't, I get them for $30 a carton and I give them to him for 30. I don't make a profit
Okay.
on it.
Okay, okay.
Well, does that get on the news, eh?
This isn't gonna be on the news.
Slice it off. All right.
I used to smoke cigarettes back in the day. It's been 20 years since I quit, but I remember, they were expensive back then in the early 2000s.
Oh, I can remember getting them. The cheapest I can remember getting them was 36 cents
36
a
cents a
package.
package.
And
Wow.
that was in 52.
In 1952.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I don't know what they are, $10 or something a package or $12 a package. I haven't got a clue.
It's like $20 a package.
Are they $20 a package
Yes.
for one
Yes.
package?
For one package. I did a previous episode where I interviewed a couple people that are living on the street, and I thought it would be good if I brought a pack of cigarettes to kind of offer them some cigarettes because
Yeah.
I know a lot of people like to smoke on the street. So I
Yeah.
bought a pack and it came to $20, and it wasn't a really big name
Yeah.
brand, but you know,
Yeah. I always got 10 cartons
yeah,
with me. I get them. My neighbor, he gets them for $30. He sells them to me for $30. He doesn't make any profit on it.
right. No,
But
yeah, you're just cutting them a deal because it's a good deal.
and anybody like there's people here that I give cigarettes to, $30. I don't make any profit on it. But I'm sure somebody's making a profit on it.
Right. Well, Charles, um, for my final question, I'm wondering what advice would you give to young Canadians today? You've lived a long time, you've experienced a lot of different things.
Get some military service. Serve your country. That's all I can say. You're Canadian. Do your duty. I've been in the military now since I was, I guess, 16, 15. Well, no, I joined at 13 as a
13.
cadet. As a cadet, and I've been in uniform since I was 13 years old. And serve your country. Do what you got to do. At what capacity you have to do it in, if whatever you're good at, administration or dog soldier or whatever, get out there and help your country. I mean, we're always at war with somebody.
Yeah.
Americans, the Canadians, we're brothers, and we live together and we support each other. I can say that because I got a lot of relations in the States.
Yeah.
And my wife, I could say ex-wife, but she's still my wife. She's Cuban, and I met her in Cuba when I was down there on vacation, and we got married in Cuba. And she came up to visit me a few times, but she hasn't been here for a few years now. But, yeah, and that's heartbreaking. We communicate. That's about all.
Mhm.
I guess she doesn't like Canada.
So she's living down there in Cuba.
No, she's living in Georgia.
She's living in Georgia.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's an American now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a domestic. Well, she's too old now. She's retired, but she was a
Right.
domestic for housekeeper,
Oh, okay.
for rich Americans. I think all Americans are rich.
And what do you feel about the current state of things? There's a lot of different news topics going on. There's a lot of different kinds of involvement with Canada and the States and
I keep out of
wars.
politics.
Yeah,
I don't know nothing about them, so I keep out of it.
got it.
I've been in, like you see that jacket there.
Yes, sir.
That's an officer's crest.
That's cool.
Yeah, my sister made that for me years
love
and
that.
years ago. Yeah. Anyhow, that's about it for me. I don't have anything to say except I can answer your questions and the best I can. I'm not 100% full time yet,
Well,
but
I
I'm getting
really,
better.
yeah, no, I really appreciate all of your honesty
Yeah.
and sharing your story with us today. I think it's important. And I just want to say thanks and thanks for your service.
Well, thank you very much for that, and that's what I get every day. They thank you for your service. Everybody really sympathizes with us guys that went through Korea.
Hmm.
Although I did not spend any time as a dog soldier, I was doing my duty. I just did what I was told, and it bothers me today. That's all I can say, and it brings tears to my eyes every time I think about it. But
Yeah.
that's war.
Or you're human, right?
Yeah,
You feel
we
about,
do as we're told,
yeah.
and you have to do as you're told, or you wouldn't be in the service. They'd kick you out right away.
How does the Canadian military deal? How do you think they deal with, sort of PTSD and the veterans when they come back?
Well, they've looked after me.
They have. Okay. So
Blue Cross looks after me.
Blue Cross does. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's through my military service. Once a year, they give me $2,000. Plus, I've got all my medical and everything, dental, what dental. I got everything paid for. They look after us pretty damn good, I
Okay.
think.
Yeah. I've never asked that question. I was wondering
Well,
how you saw it.
I think any veteran would tell you the same thing.
Yeah.
They look after us pretty damn good. Our government.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not complaining. No, they look after me real good. I'm happy. Look what I got.
Yeah.
Where else well, my next door neighbor, $1,700 a month. Primo. The guy you met outside.
Yeah.
He lives, I pay $650.
Wow.
It's all subsidized
Right.
through the government.
Right.
So they look after me really well.
Good.
I'm sure they do after veterans. There's only about 6 or 7 veterans in this whole building. All the rest are guys like next door neighbor, immigrants that come over here from a different country. And yeah.
Well, again, I really appreciate your time.
Well, Chris, it's nice to
Hope I
have you
haven't
here.
bothered you.
Well, I hope you delete what you don't want. Anything derogatory about.
Well, if
Because
it's okay with you, I'll probably
if
just.
that's still on.
Yep.
Oh, okay, I better not say it. You might not delete it. But I'm against a few things that Canada is allowing into our country today.
Well, you can speak
Reaping
openly about it right now if you want
Yeah,
to.
just taking everything from the government, bringing them over here. The government's giving them everything, subsidizing everything, making sure they have enough to survive. No, that's enough.
Okay. It's all good.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time today, Charles.
Chris, a pleasure meeting you,
It's a
sir.
pleasure meeting you as well, sir.
What I found so interesting about Charles's story is how patriotic and proud he is for serving in the military, but at the same time, he wishes he had never enlisted because of the physical and mental toll it has taken on him. The issues with his feet started back in 1955, and then after 35 years of service, it had done so much damage that 3 years ago he had to get both legs amputated, and now he's confined to a wheelchair. And of course, you can hear it in his voice of how affected he is and how traumatized he is for being on the New Glasgow while they were being ordered to shell those positions in North Korea. It still affects him deeply to this very day. It makes me think of the modern wars that are going on right now, those in Ukraine and Gaza and Sudan. It's just terrible, the long-term effects that happen to those that are serving, and of course the ones that perish are just terrible, and I wish that it didn't happen. Now, this song that you're about to hear is a really cool track, an old track. It's called The Rising of the Moon. It was first recorded back in 1971. It's performed by a folk singer named Tia Blake, who was originally from Columbus, Georgia. And I ended up hearing this track while I was listening to Joni Mitchell. And I reached out to the family, and I'm honored to get permission from the family to play this song. So here is Tia Blake with The Rising of the Moon. Hope you enjoy it.
Up and tell me, son of Pharaoh, tell me why you hurry so. Hush, my boy, now hush and listen. And his eyes were all aglow. Hi, there, orders from the captain. Get thee ready quick and soon, for the fight must be together at the rising of the moon. Up and tell me, son of Pharaoh, where the gathering is to be. In your spot by the river, right well known to you and me. One word more, a signal token, whistle of a marching tune, with your pike upon your shoulder, at the rising of the moon. There beside the singing river, that dark mass of men were seen, for above their shining weapons hung their old immortal dreams. Death to every foe and traitor, forward strike the marching tune, and hurrah, my boys, for freedom. 'Tis the rising of the moon. How well they fought for poor old Ireland, and so bitter was their fate. Oh, what glorious pride and sorrow fills the name of 98. Yes, thank God, while hearts are beating, each man bears a burning wound. We will follow in their footsteps at the rising of the moon.
Love it. What a super cool anti-war song that is. That was The Rising of the Moon by Tia Blake. I want to thank Charles Westover for inviting me into his home and allowing me to interview him. I was very honored and humbled to interview you, so thank you again, sir. If you're interested in learning more about PTSD and our veterans, please visit www.veterans.gc.ca for more information. Thank you all out there for listening. I appreciate every single one of you. Remember to follow me on your favorite streaming service. New episodes come out every 3 weeks. You all take care. Bye-bye.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.